We begin this hour with San Diego's role in a record-breaking space voyage and lunar flyby. The Artemis II crew returned to Earth today, splashing down right off the coast of San Diego. In fact, you're taking a live look from the spacecraft right now. The 10-day journey took astronauts around the moon, the farthest human mission yet. And welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us here on this Friday. Time is 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm Vanessa Paz.
This never gets old, like breathtaking images, right, that we get to view thanks to them. I'm Netta Iranport. We have team coverage for you this morning. News 8's Tori Apodaca has more on the Navy's role in recovering the astronauts here. And then Chris Groh will tell us all about the local watch parties.
But first, there are going to be several people out and about trying to catch a glimpse of the splashdown. And they want to know, Evan, about the weather.
Always.
You know,
why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Not to mention there is an
impending
storm coming our way this weekend.
Right.
So that's of concern as well. It does not seem like this storm will cause any trouble for Artemis II splashdown. However, by Sunday and Monday, we do have some wet weather that'll be on the horizon. Satellite radar right now showing that wet weather is really far off of San Diego's coast. You can see up in San Francisco, they've got some green. That system, that low pressure system migrating down south towards us, expected to give us maybe a quarter of an inch if we're lucky over 4 days. Splashdown itself, 507, mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies. Will be cloudier toward the coastline and off of the coast, and then sunnier the farther east you are, depending on where you're watching from. Viewing might not be prime. However, we should still all hear that boom as Artemis II re-enters the atmosphere. Winds are going to be breezy, and water is going to be about 3 to 4 foot waves is what we're looking at off the ocean. Coming up, we'll talk about today's forecast, which includes plenty of sunshine, and then, of course, the weekend forecast that will include cooler temperatures, cloudier skies, all in the mix. Details coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Oh, the splashdown forecast. Amazing. Thank you so much, Evan. We are hours away from the Artemis II mission making its return to Earth.
It's set to splash down right here off of the coast of San Diego around 5:07 p.m. News 8's Tori Apodaca is live near the NAS North Island over in Coronado with how the Navy will exactly help recover the astronauts. Big moment for everyone. Hey, Tori.
Hi, good morning. And it really has been just years in the making. The U.S. Navy here will be playing a critical role in the recovery of the 4 astronauts and the space capsule once it splashes down. The USS John P. Murtha is already in sea, set in position with a couple hundred sailors and more than 100 NASA employees on board. They are set with mobile dive teams who will open the capsule, get the astronauts onto a floating raft, and then helicopters will take them to the ship for medical care. A U.S. Navy helicopter squadron based out of Naval Air Station North Island will assist in tracking the capsule while it travels through Earth's atmosphere. NASA says the capsule is expected to splash down in the ocean about 50 miles offshore, roughly between San Clemente Island and Catalina Island. An exciting moment for San Diegans and the world.
It's so high up and so far away, you should be able to see it from the coast. You don't have to get close to San Clemente, I don't think. As long as you can have a clear view west-northwest, that would be your best chances to see it.
We were watching the first moon landing in black and white TV in my living room, so I'm glad the program's back kicking around.
Yeah, and at the very least, like Evan was saying, we should all be able to hear that big boom. Again, that splashdown expected to happen at 5:07 this evening. Of course, we will be tracking all of that for you. For now, reporting live in Coronado, Tori Apodaca, News 8.
Thank you so much, Tori. And this morning, we are hearing from the naval air crewman who has been assigned to lift the first astronaut into a helicopter. Take a listen.
I'm at a loss for words for trying to think about how this experience has affected me, but I'm very proud to be on this mission and very proud of where we have come with all the training and all the hard work that everybody's put in.
Oh, so cool. Again, a Navy helicopter squadron from Naval Air Station North Island will recover those 4 astronauts.
Now, the last phase of the astronauts' journey is re-entry into Earth's atmosphere, considered one of the most precarious steps of any flight to space. So let's tell you how this is going to happen. The capsule will hit our upper atmosphere, barreling 24,000 miles per hour. Hopefully we can show you that simulation. The temperatures, there it is, will reach 5,000 degrees. Think about that, about half as hot as the surface of the sun.
It's not so much 13 minutes, it's more in my head about an hour and a half of things that have to go right.
Everything has to go right. During the Artemis I mission, which was back in 2022, pieces of the heat shields kept flying off. You can even see that debris in this video here. NASA decided to keep that same heat shield, but then modify the trajectory of the capsule's return. So that's how they're going to try to prevent any of the debris from coming off. The astronauts say they are confident that NASA has made the right fix. I mean, look at all that they've done so far, right, with that precision. That Artemis I mission 4 years ago splashed down off the coast of Baja California, so also not far from here, and the capsule was then brought to San Diego. So this is video from back then, 4 years ago. This was an unmanned test flight, Artemis I was. If you're wondering why these missions are happening here, Aaron Rosengren, an expert with UC San Diego, explains why. And he says because the spacecraft, it uses the moon's gravity to return to Earth. The trajectory set it towards landing in the Pacific. That was what the gravity pull did. It's also because NASA has naval support here to then, of course, recover the capsule.
And we're not mad at it at all. It is possible that we could hear a sonic boom from the capsule's re-entry. Researchers with Scripps Oceanography are taking part in a project to record the sonic boom, which they say is a very rare opportunity.
So what we're going to do is use the Artemis re-entry to calibrate our knowledge and understanding, to calibrate our sensors, because we know exactly how fast it's going to be going, what direction it's coming from, and how big it is.
Oh, I bet you all of those scientists are so excited. Researchers hope this will improve their ability to track things like space debris and meteoroids in the future. The U.S. Geological Survey is also asking you to report if you hear a sonic boom through their Did You Feel It survey.
Oh, wow. So listen, about 4:45 at some point before the splashdown.
Yeah, make sure that you record it too if you hear it. Well, we've been talking about it all week. There are going to be several watch parties happening across San Diego where you can see the splashdown happen live in real time.
News 8's Chris Groh live in the studio to tell us all about the watch parties. Chris, you are on party correspondence, I guess.
Definitely one of my favorite assignments here, being the party correspondent today, because it's going to be so cool to see San Diego play a role in this historic mission. And one of the things that San Diego does extremely well is blending that love of history, throwing a party around it, and then being able to also appreciate the science and the stakes that are at play here. So if you want to take this in with others, a lot of good options. The Fleet Science Center is one of the best places to go ahead and catch that NASA stream as they kind of have their watch party. Unfortunately, though, it's sold out. However, they do have an Artemis II experience that does not end today. Take a listen.
This actually was set up at Kennedy Space Center for launch. So then we loaded it all up and trucked it over here, and now we're set up here. It's going to be a bad pun, but just over the moon. Just so excited to be able to watch history unfold, and to say that I even had a small part in it is just truly humbling.
Yeah, so Saturday, Sunday, you can still go out there and see the Artemis II exhibit that made its way from Kennedy Space Center. Now, again, the watch party no longer available, but you can see that exhibit through the weekend. NASA employees are also going to be on site to speak with visitors. The Air and Space Museum at Balboa Park, just across the way, does still have tickets and will be one of many hosting a watch parties. We've also heard some restaurants will be hosting some watch parties as well, too. But as for the Air and Space Museum, they are going to show NASA's live stream of the Orion capsule's return. If you show up after 4 p.m., tickets are going to be half off. The Hotel Del Coronado will also host a watch party, a little bit maybe more laid back, and you can also enjoy an umbrella drink when you kind of capture that moment of history, if you will. And then if you prefer to stay indoors at home with a blanket up on the couch, you can also just stream NASA's live feed at home. Back to you guys.
Oh, so many great ways to see this. Thank you so much, Chris. You can stream the Splashdown on your free CBS 8 app from the comfort of your home, as Chris just talked about, or anywhere that you have, internet access. We're going to have special coverage all day. The live look actually will then start at 4:30, and that's the way you can hear the NASA commentary as all of this unfolds.